Now, in this first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever pair has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. If anyone gives me an incorrect answer, they will score the maximum of 100 points, so do try and avoid those if you can. OK, our first category this afternoon is actors. Actors. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Robert Redford films as they could. Richard.
Yes, a slightly different criteria to normal as well. We're looking for any feature film made for cinema release for which Robert Redford has received a credit as either an actor or as a director, or as both, of course, up to the beginning of 2012. As always, no TV films or short films, but voice performances do count. So actor or director or both.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Fiona and Kevin, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going first. So, Fiona, Robert Redford films. A nice obscure one.
Any film might be nice, that's right. So I'm going to have a stab at King of Tides.
The King of Tides. OK, well, let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said The King of Tides. Bad luck, Fiona. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means you score 100 points. I'm sorry. Richard?
Yes, sorry, Fiona. I don't think there is a King of Tides. There's a Prince of Tides, which is Nick Nolte.
Thank you very much, Richard. Steve?
I know that James is going to be looking right over my shoulder, probably want to poke me, hit me. He's the film buff, I'm not. So I'm going to have to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to have a wild stab in the dark. And I'm going to say Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia, says Steve. Let's see if that's correct. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Prince of Persia. No. Are we going to keep up this royal thing, do you think, all the way through?
Can I make absolutely clear the criteria? I know it's different to normal, but it's not name a film with Prince in the title. I hope Robert Redford's not over here on some sort of jaunt in his hotel room
Stuck
watching.
in his hotel room with jet lag, thinking,
yeah.
Oh, I know, I watched some of that famously good English television.
Yeah, he's on his way to Heathrow as we speak. This had better be good, Stephanie.
Go on, Stephanie.
Because Robert Redford's heading home.
I'm really sorry, I can't even think who he is. I think he might be maybe more of a classic actor, so I'm going to go for the Seven Samurai.
Seven Samurai. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, how many of our people said the Seven Samurai? I'm afraid, Stephanie, that scores you 100 points because it's an incorrect answer. Everything is going so well, isn't it?
I mean, on the plus side, it didn't have the word Prince in the title, so that's something.
Carl, please, as I was going to say, let's have an obscure Robert Redford film. Let's just have a Robert Redford film, shall we?
Well, you say that, but it'd be a shame not to make it a full house, because I don't know anything by him either. I'm going to say The Good, the Bad and the Ugly.
OK, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said that. No!
Shocking.
No, I'm afraid you also score 100 points. It's an incorrect answer. God, I don't know about The Good and the Ugly, but that's just bad. Wow. Well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores. Well, let me just say this, it's neck and neck. Blimey, OK, you all know what you have to do. All we want is a correct answer. We're going to be here forever, aren't we? OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we are looking for Robert Redford films. Liz, thank goodness for you.
I think I could cheer you up. The Sting.
The Sting. Lovely. Well, you're all joint high and low scorers, so there's no red line for you. You just have to hope this goes down as low as it possibly can. The Sting, says Liz. Is it right? How many people said it? It's correct. 19. Very well done, Liz. score's 19. Moreover, it's a correct answer. Takes your total up to 119. Richard.
We salute you, Liz. And the good news is Robert Redford now wants to marry you as well.
And the good news is I'll accept.
Yeah, no kidding. From 1973, won the Best Picture Oscar in 1973, and Robert Redford nominated for an Oscar as well.
Excellent. Paul, the high scorers are now Liz and Carl on 119. You are on 100. If you score 18 or less, you are through to the next round. Paul, please tell me you know who Robert Redford is.
I have heard of Robert Redford. I'm aware he works in the film industry. If he hasn't made a movie called Stakeout, he should. But that's what I'm going for, Stakeout.
OK, we're looking for Robert Redford films. Paul says Stakeout. There's your red line. If you get below that red line with Stakeout, well done you. Stakeout, is it right? How many people said it? Yes, bad luck, Paul. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. That takes your total up to 200. Richard.
It's a shame, of course, because Prince of Stakeouts is a Robert Redford film. That's a shame.
James.
Yes.
The high scorers on 200 are Paul and Stephanie. You're on 100, which means a score of 99 or less.
Yeah.
We'll see you through to the next round.
I think I know a couple of obscure ones, but I'm going to play it safe.
No.
And go for The Horse Whisperer.
The Horse Whisperer.
Yeah.
Here's your red line. Quite high. Let's see if The Horse Whisperer is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said The Horse Whisperer. It's right, and you are through to the next round. 19. Very well done indeed. That takes your total up to 119. You are tied with Liz and Carl, but you are safely through. The Horse Whisperer, Richard.
Well done, James. Yeah, he directed that and starred in it as the Horse Whisperer.
Kevin. The high score is on 200. Paul and Stephanie, you're on 100. A score of 99 or less into the next round.
I'm just going to take a guess at something that I think he might have been in. I'm going to go for the Towering Inferno.
The Towering Inferno, says Kevin. Let's see if the Towering Inferno is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said the Towering Inferno. No!
Surprise.
I'm afraid that is an incorrect answer, which takes your total up to 200. Richard.
Towering Inferno is the sort of film that he might have been in, to be fair.
Yeah.
It had Steve McQueen and Paul Newman both in that, both in Robert Redford's roles.
This is a tie, so our two tied pairs have to give me one answer each, and the pair that gets the highest score will be eliminated. You can now confer. Like that's going to help. OK, we are looking for Robert Redford films. Kevin and Fiona, I would like you to go first.
I'm going to try for Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
OK, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Yes! 36. Takes your total up to 236. Paul and Stephanie.
We thought we were going for Seabiscuit on the horses theme, but I think if a Western is a correct answer, should we go for the Magnificent Seven?
No, that I did a 7th one, so I think we shouldn't do that.
OK, let's go for Seabiscuit.
Seabiscuit,
Yep.
says Paul. Let's see if Seabiscuit is right. There is your red line. If you get below that red line with Seabiscuit, you are through to the next round. Seabiscuit. No! Bad luck, bad luck. Paul and Stephanie, I'm afraid that is another incorrect answer, which takes your total up to 300.
Is there a club for that?
There is now.
Well, you know, he's been in all sorts of films, but we haven't had Indecent Proposal. You could have had Great Gatsby, River Runs Through, Out of Africa, Spy Game, all sorts of big movies. Let's take a look at some of the pointless ones, though. An Unfinished Life, Downhill Racer, about a downhill racer. Inside Daisy Clover, all of those pointless. Downhill Ski Racer, I should have said. Quiz Show, which he directed. The Conspirator, The Legend of Bag of Ants, which Will Smith and Matt Damon were in. The Milagro Beanfield War, The Natural, which is a wonderful film, was a pointless answer. Up Close and Personal as well. And the highest scorer of all, funnily enough, was Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. It's the highest scorer.
Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round one, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm afraid, Paul and Stephanie.
If you're going to lose, you might as well lose in style.
Style? We won't have Robert Redford next time, but Paul and Stephanie, we will have you next time, and we'll look forward to that very much, because I'm sure we will see much more of you then. Thanks, meanwhile, for playing. Paul and Stephanie.